What's up, y'all? Crazy night of UFC action and boxing action. For the UFC, we had Gaethje and Poirier for the BMF title, and for boxing, we had Errol Spence Jr. Against Terrence Crawford. Crazy stuff that happened there, man. Let's start off with UFC first, because boxing we just have just some I like the co-main event in that one too, and the main event. But let's start off with the UFC beginning. Miranda Mavericks gets a submission against Cachoeira, how do you say that? That's a pretty good win for her as she climbs up the rankings. We got Medic with a big upset against Semelsberger, and I believe, I did not watch this fight, but I think Semelsberger is winning the first two. What is it? Oh yeah, the first two rounds, and I think Medic just started coming back in the third round like a madman. So that's a really good win for him. He's 9-1. That's pretty crazy. Beating a really good fighter in Semelsberger that's very experienced in the UFC. But that's a good fight for him. Good win. This is what started my betting stuff right here. This is what started getting me going. So I picked, well, first let me tell you the parlay and then we'll go over all these fights. So for the parlay, I picked Matthews to win, Kopylov KO or to win by KO or decision, Vergara to win, and Bonfim submission or knockout. And that's these four right here, these prelims right here. I got all of them right. God dang. What a start. That was my first bet of the day. And to have it like that, man, that's crazy. To have a clean sweep, and a lot of people are getting clean sweeps on their I see on Twitter a lot of people are getting clean sweeps, so that's pretty crazy to know. Shows how good this card was. And there's some weird stuff going on, but whatever. But yeah, that was my parlay. I got that one big on that. That's what basically helped me throughout, and then I ended up winning big too. I was pretty low on my betting wallet, whatever, and I'm actually pretty up right now. So yeah, Matthews gets a submission against Flowers. It was pretty funny. I saw this fight. So Matthews was just getting good. Flowers was scaring me because it looked like he could have been able to knock him out, but he looked lighter than Matthews in this I believe it's welterweight. And there was a funny moment where Matthews kicks him. Is not a low blow, but there was a debate there. They thought it was, but when you look at in the playback, Matthews literally puts his toes like right in the gut basically of Flowers, and they say they put his toes on the gut, but the heel touched the groin, whatever. So that's why they're thinking that, yeah, it probably did hit it, but man, that was like, if it stopped right there, I would have made that TKO. Who's gonna argue with that? Maybe some people, but yeah, if it ended right there, the guy was like, no, I can't take no more, no, I can't do it, then that should have been a TKO. I'm glad it didn't. So Flowers gets back up, and then over the time of the fight, whatever, Matthews does get the submission, rear naked choke. It's hard to play these back, man. It's like these were like 8 fights ago. So, and then we had Kopylov against Ribeiro. Ribeiro did look strong in the first round. I kind of remember this fight a little bit. Oh yeah, look at this. Round 2. It was like as soon as the round started, this is when Kopylov got the knockout. But Ribeiro looked good in the first round. So did Kopylov. It was kind of I can't really remember, but I know it was kind of close. Then it comes to, and I was getting scared because I didn't know if Ribeiro was. I thought Ribeiro might win it. But then when we get to the second round, I think Ribeiro started going off at the end of the first round. But then, yeah, Ribeiro at the second round, Kopylov gets him with a head kick, knocks him out. It was a perfect head kick. It was, as you see, 30 seconds in. Then we get Vergara versus Vinicius Salvador. I got scared with this one. I was not sure what was going to happen, but I actually kind of did know it. And you see there, unanimous decision. But Salvador, I think I can't really remember this fight either, but in the first round, maybe he got it the first round, maybe, but then Vergara was able to have good volume in the second and third. He was fighting because in the first, people were saying that he was having trouble finding the space. And then in the second and third, he started connecting well. He started moving around better, and he was able to finish the fight off with a good unanimous decision win. The last round was kind of iffy too because Salvador was catching a little bit of fire, but Vergara was able to just win it. I guess unanimously. It could have been a split decision too, but it was unanimous, and I was glad that win happened. I was getting scared there. Then we get to Bonfim against Trevin Giles. I didn't even see this one. I went to the freaking, I had to go get beer or something. I forgot what it was. Yeah, I was getting beer. And then I come back and it's over. And this one I was so happy when, because I looked at, as soon as I get in my truck, I saw my phone. They're, you know, next to the referee, whatever. They're saying who's gonna win. And I was so happy when I heard submission, Bonfim. And then that's what made me win my parlay right there. And I was so happy. Then, let's see. That was overall good for Bonfim. I wish his little brother was, you know, kind of like him. Bonfim, the little Bonfim lost. I don't know who's the little brother here, but the other Bonfim lost his last fight. So hopefully this inspires him. Then we get to the main card. Kevin Holland versus Chiesa. I didn't really see much of this one. I was pretty busy, and then I just pulled it up. But as you see, in round one, Kevin Holland gets a submission over Chiesa, which is kind of surprising. I didn't know I really didn't see what was happening in that fight. I don't know if Holland was piecing him up. Let's see. Okay, so he did hit him good in the head. You know, not too many strikes, and then it just came down to the submission attempt, and he got it. It's a Darce choke. That's kind of crazy to get that against Chiesa. So definitely Kevin Holland is climbing up in the welterweight. You know, he has a lot of promise. He did really good in the middleweight, so we'll have to see what else he. You know, there are some people that he can't really fight against. You know, crazy wrestlers and whatnot. So let's see what happens there. This one was sad. Tony Ferguson against Bobby Green. I kind of was hoping, I betted on Tony Ferguson to win. It was like crazy odds for it to win, so I just had to choose it. Especially because I had a feeling, man. I had a feeling this is gonna be the fight, man. But actually, Tony Ferguson in the first round could have got him. He was on his back. I think he was trying to get the, you know, get or whatever. He was trying to get it. Man, I forget what submission that is. Rear naked choke. He was trying to get that. It looked like, I believe so. He was on Bobby Green's back. He was trying to get it, couldn't finish it. And then in the second round and third round, Bobby Green just automatically knew how to piece him up, man. He had his confidence. He was able to, you know, win all the trades, basically. All the trades he was able to win, man. He was just jabbing them. Tony Ferguson couldn't do nothing about it, man. That was tough to watch. Sadly, I think this is probably the last time we'll see. Maybe, I don't know, because Bobby Green, man. You know, Bobby Green is pretty good too. He's kind of in the middle there. He's like a gatekeeper, basically. So to lose against a gatekeeper in that way is kind of bad, dude. And let's see, who did he face? Did Tony Ferguson fight? I'm trying to think. Did he fight Alexander Hernandez? I think he did. I might be getting shit wrong. I don't know. Did Tony Ferguson fight Alexander Hernandez? I don't know if he did. I think that's no. That's Donnie. I'm getting confused. This is Cerrone. They did that Cerrone. But yeah, to lose against basically a gatekeeper who is Bobby Green, it's kind of, you know, sad now. He probably should retire. He was confident that he was going, five wins and then the championship. 5 wins with Tony Ferguson. Come on, man. But this was a fight that you had to get that win on. And he got pieced up again. His defense is just off, man. He just keeps on getting hit. There's no stopping him getting hit. He just keeps on getting hit, man. So yeah, and then Bobby Green, yeah, he was piecing him up. Then it went to the ground, and Bobby Green was able to get the arm triangle, as you see there in round 3, even the win. Good win for Bobby. Then we get to this one. I made money on this one too. I didn't put much on it, but Derek Lewis by knockout. I got that. Boom. By knockout, man. I was convinced Derek Lewis would have to knock him out in order to win. And you know, this could have went either way. This could have went. I could have fucked up, and the Lima could have just got Lewis down and kept him down for all 3 rounds, blah blah blah. But Lewis came out with a flying knee in the first round, and as soon as the bell rang, whatever, he just went for it, got it. It connected. Lima goes down, and it's just ground and pound from there. And that ends the fight for Derek Lewis, and that's a really good win for him. That's a really good win, and he came back strong, man, because it looked pretty bad for him in those last fights. But then this one, he comes back and he has, like, everybody's talking about his abs are forming. I thought they were fake at first, but no, they're actually, like, he's actually working on this stuff. And to work on getting abs when you're that type of weight, man, that's pretty crazy. So you know he was putting in work in the gym. So it's a really great win for him at heavyweight. Still gonna have trouble there. There's still some monsters there. Who knows who he can fight next? But yeah, we'll just have to see. Then this one, I fucked up. I fucked up. I picked Pereira to win by knockout. only because it was plus 150 compared to just him to win, which was I think plus 100. And there's a reason for that, you know. It's where I could not have to put so much money into it to risk, you know, the win, whatever. It was kind of, wasn't it like a pick 'em or something? I don't know, but yeah, to pick him for by knockout was more, you know, plus 150. So I wanted to try it out, where I don't have to put so much into it compared to a plus 100, where you have to put a lot in order to make some good profit off of it. So I went for it. I went for him to knock out. I kind of feel like this was his, you know, it could happen. You know, John's almost like 40 years old. You know, he could have hit him with a good left hook or something out of it, you know, something good, and could have probably hurt him. That's what I was thinking in my head. Of course, it didn't happen. In the first round, John takes him down. In the first round, John takes him down, has him down for most of the time. In the second round, I forgot what happened in the second round. It's hard to tell. This was during the Errol Spence fight. And so in the second round, first round, John takes him down, wins that round. Second round, I believe Pereira fights off has good takedown defense or something, and I knew that John was tired, and I think he just took advantage of that. And so I guess yeah, second round Pereira won. I was kind of surprised. I didn't know who really won here. I guess, but in round three, John gets the takedown, and I could have swore, I don't know if I'm seeing something different, but it just looked like the trade-offs were more better in John's favor. That's what I saw. So to see that it was, you know, it went to Alex's way was kind of surprising to me, and I was kind of pissed too, because I could have literally just took the Alex to win, and boom. But I decided to be more desperate and get him by knockout. So that nipped me in the butt right there. You know, because if I just picked Alex to win, I would have won it. But instead, I picked him for knockout, and it's 3 rounds, dude. So that was probably my mistake. You live and you learn, you know. But great win for Alex. Kind of crazy there. There's some people saying it's robbery. I don't know, man. That was kind of weird. I kind of thought that, you know, John had better trade-offs in there, and Alex didn't really look that great. That's the first fight in light heavyweight, so, you know, good luck to that. Then we get to the main event. First round, Dustin hurts him. Dustin is hurting him in the first round, getting him good. Justin had like a cut, whatever, on his eyebrow, whatever, and it was looking like it was going to go Dustin's way. Second round, look, as you see right there, 1 minute in, he gets that kick, that Utah kick, man. We're gonna call it the Utah kick. He gets that on Dustin, knocks him out good, clean out. Herb like does a from the top ropes on Dustin at the end there, and yeah, and Justin finishes off, gets the knockout, becomes a BMF. And we got Conor already talking smack about it. He wants to get that fight. Who knows? I mean, shouldn't you be worried about Michael Chandler? You need to fight Michael Chandler right now, and then you could probably go for Justin, which is going to be a great fight. I would love to see that fight happen. You know, if Justin just knocked out Dustin like that, and Dustin knocked out Conor twice already, or however, whatever happened there, there's some interesting stuff going on there. It's going to be exciting whenever Conor comes back. But yeah, that was the UFC side. That was a great fight night. A lot of people got clean sweeps. Good for them. I actually got some good money off it too, with Derek Lewis and stuff. I probably should have just picked notes for myself. Probably should have just picked Alex to win, especially when it's, you know, the odds are already in that realm of pick'em. So I probably should have just done that. And also, let's see, what was the other one I got? I only spent, I bet it on Tony, but not that much. It was like the odds are so crazy. It was like probably like plus 200, plus 300, something like that. Some crazy odds. So I just sprinkled it basically. But overall, I made good money on that. Then you get to, do we have boxing on here? How can we do that? I want to see. Is there no like? See, they don't even have a fight center on here. But let's see. The co-main event was Isaac Cruz against, I forgot the other kid's name, Cabrera. Oh, Cabrera. Cabrera was undefeated. I didn't see much of that fight. I was more focused on boxing, but Isaac Cruz gets the win. It could have went either way from what I'm hearing and what I saw. It did go, I think it went split decision, but Isaac Cruz gets the win and wants to fight Ryan Garcia next. That's a crazy one. Then you get to this one. This is the main event. Terrence Crawford, as you see right there on the headlines, Terrence Crawford stands alone at welterweight and possibly the entire sport. He beats Errol Spence bad, and I picked Errol Spence, and I think this was a pick with my heart type of deal because, you know, he's repping Dallas. I'm Dallas too. So I think that's probably what it was. And it's like these dudes don't fight for years. Excuse me. These dudes don't fight for years, so it's hard to tell who's hot, who's not, who's really, you know, fighting good people, who's really not, and it was so hard to tell, dude. And maybe if I did maybe do a little bit more research, I probably would have figured out myself too that Crawford is a better fighter, man, and then that Errol Spence is kind of a hype job. And it's, you know, like I said, it was kind of like picking with my heart. I kind of wanted the guy to win. It's not really no underdog. He was slight underdog. It was not anything like that. But I wanted him to win too. And I was thinking in my head, I always think in my head, like I try to predict shit with my head and shit, that he will be able to piece him up and win in decision. But it's kind of hard to, I don't know why I really thought that too, because Crawford hits hard, is sharp, is fast. So I probably should have just picked him. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, you know. You learn from it. As long as I'm up, I went from like I don't know how to say it in real money terms. It's like Milla Bitcoin. I don't know. It's like a easier way to read it. But I went from 1.5 to 5.3. So that's some good wins right there, dude. So right now I'm sitting at $150. I know it's not much for y'all, blah blah blah, but I started from nothing really. So I just need to keep on climbing, man. The highest I got to was $500 from $50. So I know people make that easier just on some lucky ass bet, but I try to stack it up. I want to reach 1,000, man. That's my goal. And I just gotta wait for these Saturdays, dude. These fight nights. I love fight nights, man. That's something that gets me the most hype. Then soon it's gonna be Sundays too for football and basketball later on. There's gonna be too many sports, man. It's gonna be hard to deal with. But right now we're focused on our fight nights, and we made good money today. So that's my reaction to this whole entire thing, man. It was a great night overall. Had some good times. Love the UFC fights. Love this fight. This was I mean, this was kind of crazy though, because it was just domination right here. But yeah, I'll probably give another reaction later on to the next thing that comes up. There's not going to be a pay-per-view for UFC for I think maybe 2 weeks or something. I know Nate Diaz and Jake Paul's next week, so we'll probably react to that. We have a big party going on, so I might not be able to. But yeah, that's it. That's all for me today. Peace out.